a very question. What's a project? I'll give you 1 minute. Talk to someone next to you. How would you define project? See if you can come up with anything. No.
Let's go straight ahead.
May I ask the other question, please?
May I call the university?
Yeah, but think about, try to think of few words.
For real, but
Okay. All right. All right. Is that easy to define project? No.
Yeah.
Definitely not, right? What are some keywords you could think of? Or could you think of any ideas here and there that you think that should be there? Organized. Well organized. Change. What do you mean by change?
By changing something, something is not cool, and then you make a difference with this project.
Okay.
I don't know, the only thing I can think of is product. You need to produce a final product.
Yeah, definitely. So that's an important feature of a project. But it's not exactly a definition.
I usually give it to my students.
Yeah.
Like she said, to reach the goal.
Yeah.
A project, she said, and then to reach that goal.
Yeah.
Maybe family, maybe in life in general.
Then it's a big project, right?
Yeah, material or, I don't know, spiritual, maybe, or religious.
So different kinds of projects, right, with different outcomes.
Yeah.
Yes. More ideas maybe in the back? Any ideas? No? Maybe here, ideas? Yeah?
you were thinking here, that's a task that has a real meaning. Like, and you can touch the result, like the situation, and you have the steps, but you're following a goal. Like
So the idea of the goal and having steps.
yeah.
Okay, I personally like this definition by Bolk as well, right? An extended assignment that usually lasts longer than a single lesson.
Okay.
So obvious! Why don't you tell me that before?
We just extended our explanation.
Do you see?
Philosopher like this.
Yeah. But you know why I like this so much? Because it comprehends all kinds of projects. Because projects may vary a lot. So it can be something that happens in the end of a unit, in the end of a lesson. It can comprehend the whole semester, the whole year. So it can, the whole life depending on the case, yes? So it may vary a lot. So this definition kind of encompasses everything. Okay, but that doesn't help, does it? To know what a project is. It does, but it's kind of, I'd say. We have to think about features, necessary features of a project. Remember the questions we brought to you to help you know if it's a task, if it's an activity or a task, and so on. I don't have questions, but I have some key features projects should have or should display. And these are they. First, they're content focused. So the focus is not the language. You will need the language to perform, to do that, to be able to carry out what you intend to. But the star of a project is the content. It's student-centered because it's their work, and sometimes this can be very hard on us teachers. Why?
We are used to give them everything.
Yeah.
We plan everything and we give them everything. They just have to do
Mm-hmm.
in a certain time.
Yeah.
And with projects, they are
Exactly. And then depending on what they need, you may have to work with emergent language and everything. So it's everything depending on what they do. And we have to take a step back. We are not in the foreground. We are in the background. We are just supporting their work. And this can be tough. That's can be really tough. It's not that simple. It's cooperative. As I mentioned before, being cooperative doesn't mean that you need to have everything. It doesn't mean that necessarily the outcome, you have one outcome per group. You may have one outcome per student, but this has to be worked with in cooperation. So one helping the other with ideas, with support. So I have to draw, but I'm not very good at drawing. Can you help me? Then I help you with that, and so on. This can also be a different model. Integrate the different skills. Yeah, as we mentioned before. You must have an end product, and it is potentially motivating, stimulating, empowering, and challenging. So it's important to keep in mind that it should be challenging. It shouldn't be something like, that's it. It should trigger reflection and work and everything. If it's too obvious, too easy, probably it's not going to be that motivating, right? So these 6 features, they were defined by Stroller, right? So, and they kind of help more than just the definition, because then we can look at the project and say, okay, is it content focused? Is it student-centered? Is it cooperative? And so on. In that sense, Anna, can you answer that question you asked me?
Which one? What a project is, or whether a street market?
Whether street market.
It could be a project, right?
Exactly. It could be, right? And what a project is?
It's a long assignment.
Yeah. So far, so good? Yes? Okay.
A long structured assignment.
Yeah, that. What? An extended assignment that usually lasts longer than a single lesson. And mind you, that's usually, okay? Sometimes it can be happening a single lesson. Could be as well. All right. And remember that I mentioned that we may have different kinds of projects.
Yeah.
Something very structured, as having the steps there, very well established and everything. Then you can have something semi-structured and unstructured. Any ideas of what they mean? 1 minute for you to brainstorm ideas. Think about the word choice.
Help them.
I'm just seeing how.
Maybe instructor and the student.
That structure is like showtime. Yeah, like show me what we are capable to do.
Yes. That's a structure. Semi-structure. You have the beginning, sequence, in the middle, ahead, finish. You are completely lost.
All right? Yes, it is. Okay, guys? Yeah? All right. So help me with the structured project. What's that?
It's what we know, right?
Mm.
Always in structured project. Teachers know where they want to get and how to do that, step by step.
How much choice does the student have?
0.
Yeah.
So it's everything thought of for them. Okay? It's defined for the student. Semi-structured?
When you give options, for example. example?
Some things there, some room for choice. And unstructured? Yeah.
But that can be a problem. Yeah, when they don't give them something, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends. What will work best will depend on the context, on the kind of school you teach. If you teach at a language institute, it may depend even on the group. Because if you have a group of learners who are used to doing unstructured projects at school, they will resent doing structured ones. If you have a group of students who have never worked with projects before, they will get lost here. So they need more guidance, let's say. I have here some ideas of projects, and I'll give you some time just to read and try to decide if they are structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. All right? You can share ideas with the people next to you, right? As well.
Discuss, we will share information, and decide the final product.
Is it semi maybe?
The meaning of can is the verb.
The verb, yes.
Because if the students discuss with,
Their choice.
yes, their choice, yes. So is an structured or semi?
Semi because
They have your choice.
Blind,
You're
is a
read-
blind student.
Yes.
There is a blind student. So, contact is like information. Now, after working with the students,
They
this
decide.
side. So
They
this
decide.
is an instruction.
This is unstructured.
This is
Yeah.
because this is the best way.
Uh-huh.
They discuss there.
So, structured.
Okay? Yes? Let's work together, right? All right. So the first one, after working with the text, learners are told what they're going to produce, that they're going to produce posters, structured, semi-structured, unstructured.
Number one, structure.
Structured. What are the decisions that were made for students?
Poster, deaf children.
So the outcome, the topic of the outcome, and
The material.
and the language as well.
And the language, that's true, yeah.
What they read and how.
Sorry?
No, I'm reading.
Yeah.
What they
So,
need and how we can.
so even the not only not only do you know that it's about deaf children, but you also know what are the rubrics you have to use there, right? And everything. Yes. What about the second one?
Unstructured is.
Unstructured.
Yeah. In
Semi.
our case, we are agreed that
Because they're going to decide on a final project.
So they decide on a final project. What else do they decide?
They discuss.
So they decide the final project, the disability, how they're going to share that,
Share
and
information
what was the
about-
trigger for that? The text. So we have a trigger, but all the rest is on the students. So it's unstructured. Okay? Sometimes the trigger can be something that happened in the classroom. So you need some trigger, because if you don't have a trigger, it may be difficult to engage them, for them to understand what's the relevance of doing that and everything. What about the third?